Let's get some HTML into this this Power BI. We'll do it the easy way here. We'll just paste some HTML straight into the query. We're going to turn this into tooltips, so let's call it tooltip data. We want a table. And we'll test it now to make sure that it's going to work for us. Now we need the content visual. That'll do. This one. And we'll just add the HTML to it like that. And we have it. Okay, let's load some more data. We'll load some Excel. Got a data extract. Excel's extremely easy to load. The only thing you need to do is to use the first row as the headers, and you're done. And we'll get the coordinates that we're going to use for our map. Here we go. Use the first row of the headers. And we'll save our project at this stage, and this is the tooltip demo. Okay, let's do some serious data wrangling here. We'll transform data again. Now let's just add. We're going to do some substitution here, so we need to get our parameters right. So we're going to add a column. And we'll call it attribute. And it's going to be the field, that field there, with parentheses, the little squiggly brackets around it. That's exactly what we need there. So that's good. Now what we need is a couple of functions to help us with the rest of the wrangling. So we'll add those. First up, we have a select function. Just a one-liner. I'll go into the advanced editor. There we go. It's a one-liner, and we don't need any of this. We just pass in a filter value, and then we're going to use the ID just to filter the data extract to get what we need. I just need to get that right. There we go. And we'll call that filter select. The next function we need is the replace function. Happen to have one of these at hand. We won't go into that now, we'll just run it and see how it works. Call that replace all. Now that we're here, we're going to do a replace here. We're going to add a column to this table, which is another table. We'll do that. So we need one row, I can't remember what we call that. We'll call it custom, eh? And all this is going to do is going to go back to the data extract table again. We're getting everything out of data extract, and we're going to pull out the MP row. So we'll just do that, and then we will pull out the ID, because this is what we're going to use to look up all the other values. And here we have, there should be 93 of them. We have 93 rows with their custom IDs against them. Now we're ready to add the attributes to the HTML. Well, we're not quite, but we're almost there. Okay, moving right along, let's do the right thing here, and we'll make sure that it still works to a degree, yes, and we'll save it. Oops, was that what we wanted? Yep. And there we go. Oh, look, it's still open. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, this isn't quite right. It's just have a look at that. We want the electorates as well, because we need to put that electorate name. Oh, that's not quite right either. Get that out of there. That's what we want. Okay, So now let's do a bit of parameter substitution here. We're going to take that electorate and plug it into there, where that electorate field is. So what we'll do is we'll, as usual, we'll add a custom column, and we'll go, and we'll call this replaced. And we'll go text dot, oops, hang on. There are plenty of text functions. There's plenty of help. Right, so then we need the text, which is here. And then we want the alt text, which is squiggly brackets. Oh no, yes, it is squiggly brackets. And replace that with the electorate. This is the basis for all of this. We'll give this a go and we can actually see if it's working properly. Oh look, we can see it there. Electorate cook. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is apply the replace all, which is a little bit more complicated. We'll just have a quick look inside that function again. And what it's going to do is it's going to run through and it's going to look for what's in column 5 on our little table and replace it with column 4. And you may think, well, what does that mean? Well, let's have a look. Good old data extract's got everything in it we need, and this is column 5, that's column 4, so we can look for that one and replace it with that one. Now what we actually need is a table to do the substitution. So we'll do a custom function and we'll call that substitutes and use a filter select. The filter value is the ID, and that will bring out the table. And we'll just quickly expand that. And what we're going to do is take the attribute and the value. We'll just verify that we've got those, okay? And there we have it. We have the attribute and we have the value. So that's all good. And we'll then add another column invoking the replace all custom function. This will be the final HTML. to replace all. Our data text is the replaced that's their table. Let's give it a go. And here we have, look at that, we can see here that we've got some parameter substitution occurring. So that's pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can turn this into a tooltip. And we'll apply our changes. Just make sure I got all of that. Yep. There's the final HTML there. Okay, so we want that to be the final HTML. Look at that, and see there's a nice continuous list there, and we'll just rename this page to Tooltip. And amongst other things we need to I'm not too sure if we need the ID in the drill through field, but we'll pop it in there. And page information, it's a tooltip. Page size. Oh no, we don't need that. That's bad. We don't want that. Get rid of that. And we don't want that either. Title off, background on. Okay. And we'll go to page 320. That's better. Let's just leave that alone for a minute, and we'll now we need a map. So we've got some coordinates, but they're not quite right. So we'll also we'll have a look at the model here, because we've got some tooltip data. Let's just delete that one. Right. So the coordinates are going to pull it all together. Let's try and get that right. Now we just need to split these in two. If I can find the split function, there we go, split columns by delimiter. By comma. Right. And that's fine. That's the longitude. That's needs a negative sign, so we'll, as we do, we'll just add another custom column. And we'll go minus coordinates. Right, insert. Hang on, let me just realign that. I don't think it's fitting inside the... There we go. We'll get that inside. And we can see it. Okay. I'm guessing that has failed because that's not a number. Let's go up here and just change the type to a decimal number, and we'll change that to a number as well. With our custom one, look at that, we now have a, so we'll call that the latitude. And get rid of this one. So now we're ready to do something a little geospatial. So we'll close and apply. Okay. Let's add a map. And we will add our latitude, and longitude to the map, and here we have it all happening. There's our current tooltip. Now what we're going to try and do is modify that I can remember how to do this. We go tooltips, type report page, and we've got our, here we go. Now how did that work? Look at that. We have a tooltip. Obviously needs a little bit of tidying up there, but I think at that I'll give it a save and tidy it up. Well, I hope you found that informative. If you've got this far, thank you for watching it. I will put something on the blog about a little more about how this works. Feel free to reach out if you need to know a bit more. This does not claim to be perfect. There may be better ways of doing some parts of this. Your case will certainly be different to what I have done. I started with data coming out of Wikipedia, and I documented the electorates of Queensland, and there's a lot more work happening on this project. So this is just one part of it. But thank you for watching and listening, and the blog will be coming out shortly. And reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.